The government is lying to you. Plain and simple. Two things for you right now. 2019 coronavirus. Let's dive in. Let's start out. Here's my timeline, right? Here's my timeline. We're going to start here. 2018. Shit's getting real. Drake just dropped Scorpion. And what? What else happened in 2018? Fucking Skyscraper by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That came out. Shit's getting real. That's all I gotta say. We know what God's plan is, and that's for everyone to live peacefully and continue life. But the government had something to say about it. They say, God's plan, more like I'm God and this is my plan. And what's their plan, you might be asking? Complete takeover. They want to see how long they can control you, how long you can sit dormant, how long they can tell you exactly every move to make before you get anxious. Here's where it starts. Round one. This guy from Wuhan, China got sick. Who gives a shit? Everyone gets sick. I've gotten the cold before. Hell, technically I had coronavirus, but who knows if that's really a real thing, you know? And you might be saying, Lucas, you sound like some fucking lunatic. Lucas, you sound like some guy who just doesn't believe the God. Matter of fact, fucking 2 years from now, maybe I'm wearing tin hats and saying that the radiation's poisoning my blood. Matter of fact, give me a second. You might be thinking, what the hell are you doing, Lucas? Where are you now? Come back to you. We're doing this shit now. What was I talking about? Spit it. So my tinfoil comes in sheets because, I don't know. They're not getting to me while I'm talking. That's why I've been stuttering. That's my major issue, I think. Do I look good? It looks like an Amish bonnet, dude. Let's reel it in. I'm actually low-key a fan of this. Let's reel it in. The government wants you to believe in coronavirus. We're thinking, okay, shit's getting real. Better stock up on some TP, get my canned soup, and matter of fact, maybe I'll buy a Netflix subscription. Why the hell not? I can't go to the movies. Let's bring the movies to me. I'm all for it. Except now. Let's jump to now. We'll jump back to later, but let's jump back to now. Now, we watched so much television in the 2-year span of coronavirus. Fucking, our standards, minimal. If I had a graph right now, it looks something like this. We were going up. We were getting good movies, man. Avengers Infinity, Avengers Endgame. All of a sudden, I'm fucking watching, I don't know, Elementals? Fucking, we had Soul before. Soul is one of my favorite movies of all time. That's where we peaked. We peaked here. Let's reel it in. Let's keep it real. Let's not get crazy. Let's get back into it. Okay. Government puts you in home. They say you can't leave. You can't do this. You can't do that. They want total control. You know who else has total control? North Korea, the Soviet Union under Stalin, Nazi Germany. But we're nothing like that. We're not committing mass genocide and starving our people. That's not us. Nope. That's not us. And it's not. I'm not comparing the United States of America to Nazi Germany. What I am doing is I was listing out other totalitarian governments, forms of totalitarian governments, just so you get an idea of where this could lead. I'm saying we're at the edge of the noodle, man. We're a very first slurp. Those people, they got a whole plate. They're a plate. Matter of fact, they're 3 plates deep. So actually, I'm worried that they won't like that I said that. But I'm not gonna worry. Because that's what they are. They're a total control. I am fighting totalitarianism. Totalitarianism? To- I am fighting dictators. Okay, let's reel it in. I'm sorry. I'm loose. I'm loose. Let's take it back. We're at home, sitting on our couch, doing online school. We have a computer given to us. Say, this is what you have to learn on for the next 2 years of your life. I say, hell yeah, I'm in. Rainbow Six Siege? 10 hours a day? Who's giving that up? Not this guy. So I sit, and I wait, and then it strikes. I haven't seen my friends 6 weeks. Why am I not giving up? Why am I not saying, I won't allow this? This will not be the place that I choose to stop. And I choose to invoke change in society. Fucking here is the beginning of my spiral to here. We'll get to here later, but now we're here. Look, we started here. We're pushing across. Next thing, we sit inside. We wait. Months pass. It's 2020. People are starting to be like, what the hell, man? This is bullshit. And then something major happens. November 8th, Donald Trump does not get reelected. January 6th, 2022. 2020. Excuse my poor day. January 6th is the people's uprising. This is the first revolt. The very beginning of the uprising away from COVID. Hear me out. When the government experiments on us, this was never meant to last. That's why it was a virus. You guys remember a lot of crop dusters? I do, because I didn't breathe in the toxic chemicals because I didn't wear a mask. The masks were secretly delivering neurotoxins into your mouth. You breathe them in, and you say, hey, the government means no wrong. The government wants me to do this, and I will do it. But that's not how it should be. Let me give it to you straight. That's not how it should be. I chose to breathe in fresh air every single day. And now it's coming clear to me that January 6th, all the crazy radical Republicans were actually people who chose not to be a sheep to the government, but they were people, nonetheless, who wanted to be freed from the experiment that the government is playing on us. People that did not want to be a guinea pig inside of a lab. That's Rising Action 1. That's the twist. The government didn't ever believe it, and they racked it up to Donald J. Trump, trying to create a scare, trying to get back in office. Not going to get into the politics at that level, but what I will say is there are more and more instances of this as it grows. Think about it. People getting restless. One cop makes a mistake. We have black Riots. Excuse me. I feel like I've gotten really controversial here. We're gonna keep going. I don't want to talk about Black Lives Matter because, frankly, I'm gonna sound like an asshole no matter which side I take. I'm not taking. Let's move on. Life prevails into 2021, and what? We're still inside, but we're slowly breaking out. We make it to 2022. That's where stuff officially starts to take a step back and slow down. We're saying, okay, we kept him here for a while. Do we want to keep him anymore? We've seen that we can take control of these people. There will be your occasional revolt. So the experiment ends. How long can you contain an experiment? My personal experience, not that long. In the grand scheme of things, dots are connecting. 2022 happens. Boom! War, Russia, Ukraine, fighting it out. We start spending billions of dollars on Ukraine? A country that we would never have ever done it without Russia's great influence? You're right. But this is the US taking over. Ukraine is our footprint into Europe. Our footprint into Europe that will spread like a disease, spread its little tiny fingers into every country around it. First, we get southern Russia, then we move to Bulgaria, Romania, Moldova, Kosovo, North Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina. Then we start getting antsy, start taking Slovakia, Slovenia, Northern Italy. Maybe we push into Germany, France, Poland, even. Maybe we hit Estonia, Latvia, Luxembourg, Lithuania. All viable options for our roots to grow and grow. We slowly push in, down the Arabian Peninsula. That's ours now. Soon enough, complete and utter chaos ensues. The world is fighting, and then there's us. To the south, third world countries as far as the eye can see. To the north, Canada. Frankly, who gives a shit about Canada? They'll do whatever we say anyway. If you can see where I'm going with this, the United States government will be a totalitarian government. It will be the center of the world, all the way into our expansion. I think this was in play since July 4th, 1776, when George frickin' Washington, the father of our country, said, I want to be more. I want to be the father of the world. I want to be the father of the solar system. Why do you think we're doing space travel? What if Russia is the good guys? Does no one take into the fact that we hear all about North Korea spreading propaganda, saying that no one in America has moved their mindset from, here's what I've been taught my entire life, to, what if we're North Korea? What if we're the people being taught? Maybe that is why we have such a gap between the lower middle class and the 1%. That's why our poor ratio is so much greater, because the rich people are behind it. The rich, and this goes back to TV1 when episode 1, I talk about Mr. Beast being the face of YouTube, and the good side. Whenever you say, hey, I think YouTube's a bad company, oh, but Mr. Beast. Not today. Oh, but Bill Gates gives billions of dollars to charity. But that one guy we can't name, he doesn't. You know why he doesn't? Because he is the government. Supposedly we have trillions of dollars in debt. And I believe it. You know what I don't believe? I don't believe that the United States government knows what's right for me. What I do believe is that the tides are changing. Space travel is imminent, but until that can happen, the world has to unite. All the great thinkers have to be one. And I'm down for it, but I don't know if I'm morally down for it. Who's stopping us? Who's saying, is this morally right? Why am I trusting one cranky, old man who can't walk down a flight of stairs without falling over with the future of the universe? What if we are the only species that made it through the sponge of evolution? We made it through. Why are we the only ones? Don't you feel like this can't be the only society in the universe? But it can be. Think on that. I don't know when there's going to be an episode 2, but I can assure you there will be. The government is not bad. But who's telling them that they're wrong? Who's keeping them in check? It's the question I'm going to leave you with. Who's keeping them in check? It's not the Congress. It's not the judicial branch. It's not the executive branch. They're all one. And the people who try to go against them, the communists, maybe there's something to be thought about there. I'm not saying I'm communist. I'm not saying that I want to follow the communist ideal. Frankly, I don't agree with it. But I think for life to continue developing, the human minds to continue developing, we have to look at our world from every different angle that we possibly can. There's 365 degrees of us, 365 ways. Sorry, 360, sorry. Deuces, y'all. Oh, that was going to be so cool.